Alright, hello and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. How's it going? I'm going to do a whip and chat here with Paint with Diamonds, The Battle Ahead by Lothar Dietrich. 60 centimeters by 45 centimeters, 47 colors, and square drill. And we'll slam a little picture down here. Yeah, I've just been working a lot, so yeah, I'm still alive. It's all good. So I just take an opportunity to do a whip and chat right now. It's all good. And I work Saturday, Sunday at my part-time, and then yeah, holiday Monday off at my full-time. Yeah, it's just wonderful. Last whip and chat, still working on this 310, so I'll just continue there. That's, yeah, I haven't really touched this since, so hopefully your crafting and hobbies are going fine. Yeah, I've just been working, so nothing too extraordinary. To report kind of thing. So I'll just keep making small shapes here. Yeah, so we cleaned the studio out a bit. That woman who was just like hoarding fabric and stuff. We had some stuff here left here, but over the past few weeks the fabric has slowly left the studio, so less stuff hasn't been in here. But yeah, the sister of the individual who has diabetes or something had that medical issue. Yeah, she just needs a break, so she just came and got the stuff, and she's just going to unload the stuff that was here just back at her house and just take a breather for a while. One with the medical issues is just giving everybody a hard time, so just needs a psychological break for a bit. So yeah, I'd seen the stuff as clutter in here, but I understood the underlying reason as to why all this stuff was here in the first place. So I just went with it. It's like I can get around in here. It's manageable, but yeah, it's just sitting in here, but it was a place for it to be better than a dumpster. A lot of the fabric, it's a lot of fabric, that kind of thing, so it's still usable. So it was just a large amount of it in like a house, just sitting in there in piles and piles of containers. So it was here for a bit, sorted it, got rid of it. It went to various quilt guilds and stuff. Like the vast majority of it got used. Some stuff got thrown out, of course, but for the most part, yeah, it's being utilized for what it's meant to be used for. So that's good. Yeah, just my mom's friend's sister just finally had enough. So she's just cooling off for a bit, for a while. I thought she was going to renovate the house or whatever as well to kind of put it on the market, but I guess there's been brakes put on that for now. I don't know, yeah, it's just chaotic at the moment for her probably, so it's just as good that she just takes a break. She's a busy woman herself, so it's like she just doesn't have time for energy draining drama from her sister. So just put the pause button on anything that's happening on that front for a bit. Yeah, we all just need to put the brakes on sometimes and just take a breather. So just perfectly fine to do. Don't feel like you need to keep going if you're starting to feel burned out. Just take a breather for a bit. And that's what she's doing. So there you go. Yeah, there's more floor space in the studio now, so it's all good. There was like a path while the stuff was here, but yeah, it's just, stuff was just everywhere. And clear garbage bags and various containers, plastic containers. It's just, yikes. There are cross-stitch patterns and fabric. A few pairs of scissors and measuring tools. Yeah, I just kept going. If you ever watched Hoarders, that's what was here was just like a mere snack or a glimpse of what hoarding looks like, but there are far worse situations out there than what was here. It was just a mere demo. Yeah, I can only imagine if like a large group of people just suddenly vanished, like a rapture kind of scenario. Just think of how much stuff would just be left behind. Just deserted cars on highways, empty planes just suddenly falling out of the sky because there's no pilot there. Yeah, just a large group of people just missing, just disappeared off the face of the earth. Think of how much like stuff would just be left behind. Yeah, if you've seen Wall-E, yeah, it's just kind of that scenario. Just a large amount of the population just is in space in a colony ship or something in Wall-E, but yeah, you can imagine it like a rapture, just a huge number of the population just taken off the planet. And stuff is just deserted. It'd be like a worldwide ghost town kind of scenario, or Silent Hill scenario. Well, there's some people still there, but it's very sparse and uncomfortably quiet. Just not something you're just used to seeing all the time. That'd probably be very jarring. Just become so complacent just in the Earth just functioning, and then all of a sudden a drastic change like that, and you're just like, what? What do we do now? Couldn't even begin to imagine. Yeah, if you're introverted, it'd probably be perfect. Really like big crowds or anything. That I'm pretty sure like the power would go out or something. I'm sure there would be like widespread blackouts, no power and stuff. Because I'm, to a certain extent, there'd have to be staff at power plants or something. Like the power grid would give out eventually due to lack of maintenance and all that. I don't know how automatic electricity is, like power plants and that. Just having a large amount of people just suddenly gone in the blink of an eye. Yeah, I'm sure stuff would go wrong. Trains would probably derail, power would go out, tons of traffic accidents and stuff. Yeah, planes falling out of the sky. Yeah, stores being looted for food and stuff. Grocery stores just barren shelves. A lot of food would spoil. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting to think about all the implications of a mass, like, just exodus of people from the planet. If Earth was deserted. You kind of get a preview of that in The Last of Us, like the video game. Yeah, just mass evacuations, and then nature just slowly starts taking urban areas back. Yeah, kind of that science fiction, post-apocalyptic kind of fair literature. Kind of get the Earth taken all the urban environments away. Just the forests and stuff coming back. You know, spider hanging outside the window here. He's having a time. Nature. Yeah, so it's like the last long weekend of the summer. It's like the unofficial end to summer. Yeah, Labor Day weekend or whatever. Yeah, and as I mentioned, I'm just working Saturday, Sunday. I'll have Monday off. Then it just transitions into fall. Autumn, fall. Yeah, I just keep working. It's just nothing too hardcore special. Now I'll just keep saving for PlayStation 5. So I have Final Fantasy 16, the copy of it for the PS5. And then I'll just eventually get the system. And then that Ratchet and Clank game as well. At 780 Canadian dollars for a video game system is just holy kittens right now. Yeah. It's not a necessity, so, but it's something I'd love to get eventually. Yeah, so I don't think I'll go back onto social media after my account got compromised. So I can't even access my Instagram, Facebook, or Messenger. So I still have the accounts, but I myself just can't access them. It's just a headache. Just don't want to deal with anymore. Any progress or updates about the YouTube channel here, I'll just put a post here on YouTube. It's just it's more straightforward that way. Yeah, I could just get another Facebook account and all that, but it's just, I have to find contacts again, and people would be like, is this a fake account or something? And it's just, nah. It's just not worth the aggravation. Can't say that I like really missed Facebook. Just something that just an app I opened and spent a bit of time on. Wasn't really productive by any means. Like, of course, I just had like the section completion updates, like on my Echoes Color Facebook business page, but just like really the only productive kind of thing that I was doing on Facebook. So it's really not a tremendous loss by any means. It's a form of entertainment, but yeah, just when your privacy is just compromised, it just totally just leaves a sour taste in the mouth. I read an article about like the Outlander novels and what order to read them in. I think she's stopping at the 10th novel, so the Outlander series will most likely just be 10 books. Just $10 is like pretty hardy for a series of that nature. Like, these books aren't snacks by any means. They have a lot going on. These are hardy volumes, so yeah, I think she'll just wrap it up in the 10th one, and that'll be Outlander series completed. She'll end it off with on a positive note, of course. I believe she mentioned that in the article when she was asked about it. It's like, oh yeah, I'll have a happy ending. Like, yeah, I hope so. After all the stuff that goes down, it's and I think 2 spin-offs of The Walking Dead and there was a 3rd show was going to continue production regardless of the writer's strike, the Hollywood writer's strike. They received permission from the Writers Guild or whatever to just continue producing the shows. Here's a 3rd one that just... There's like 3 AMC shows that received permission to continue being produced during the strike, and saw that today. CP24. So 2 spin-offs of The Walking Dead. One's in New York, and the new one set in New York. Is that another one? Huh. I remember hearing about those 2 Walking Dead shows. I remember hearing about it. But yeah, that's good. That's something to watch for fans of those shows, so that's good. Yeah, the writer's strike gets ridiculous. Like, TV just suffers. And it's like jobs for the actors too. Like, that's tons of actors out of work. It's because of a silly writer's strike that seems to happen all the time. Also, like, some sort of teachers are threatening to strike, and it's always before school. Always before back to school. You just hear about it at the end of every summer, and it's just like, you're joking, right? Students are really getting screwed over for this kind of crap just because you can't negotiate a contract. I don't know, teachers do a lot, and teachers' aides and all that. And just want to get paid more, other stuff. I usually just hear about wage increases or whatever. That not everybody can... Society as a whole would have to get wage hikes. Price of stuff would have to go up. Like, everybody would need a cost of living increase. Some jobs don't get those. Low income jobs just aren't like that. Just can't increase wages. Like in food service, so people are going to pay like 20 something dollars for like a single person meal at one point. Like, when does inflation stop and all? Like, you'd have to adjust everything, every aspect of life, everyday life, to accommodate wage increases and stuff. And then the government will want more tax taken off because of higher. It just gets ridiculous. It just keeps going. So one group of people complaining that they're not making enough money, and then just screwing other, like, college students over, or just younger children over, thus affecting their parents, the children's parents, students' parents, not being able to find childcare if school's not in session, kind of thing. It's just, everybody has to work that's employed. Just can't suddenly put the brakes on that kind of stuff. Their parents have to work too. Like, keep food on the table, clothes on their children's backs. Is just a strike. Once people's routines are changing, it just happens like every time. It's stupid. That's not fair to the students, like college students, university students. Like, teachers just go on strike. It's just, students have to pay like loans and tuition for like the first semester and all that, and just not spending all that money, and then suddenly a teacher's strike, just kind of, it's like you're throwing that money away, like thousands of dollars, even if it's like grants and stuff. Like, to some degree you have to pay that money back. Not, I don't think a grant necessarily, but you have to pay tuition fees and all that, and just if you did get a loan or whatever, that loan companies are going to want their money back. Like, are going to want to be paid whether or not students completed their school year or not. They still owe that money. And you go to school for certain jobs to earn enough money in order to pay your student loan debts, etc., and just move on with your life, develop a career. But just interrupting that all the time with like strikes and labor action, labor disputes, just shoots everybody in the foot. Now, on American politics, and watching MSNBC last night, and it's just, judge was doing stuff that really didn't seem ethical for their role, and they're just deciding whether or not that's actually, like, whether that judge was doing something legitimately or actually destroying their oath of code of ethics or something. Like, a judge is supposed to be nonpartisan, unbiased, just follows the law as an example, exemplifies the law. I think this judge just did a few things. off kilter and now being investigated. But anyway, you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. Down below in the description, I put just basically my Conqueror and Pacer main website walking challenge info. Yeah, any updates I'll just put here on YouTube. Just basically section completions and yeah, the completed photo of this canvas once I get there. I don't know, I'll just keep going. I have to keep working part-time, full-time. I'll pop on here when I can to do WIP and chats. But anyway, take care, all the best. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.